my co-traveler, my companion, my... I think it's on.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
So, this feels very different. Thank you.
She's very soft-spoken, yes.
Thank you so much for coming, all of you. And this trip, as you would have seen in this 4-minute film, and as you will see in the next three episodes, was the time of my life. And I'm sure all of you are going to be jealous once you watch it. I never thought I could do what all I ended up doing there. I didn't think I had the capability. So I rediscovered myself in many aspects. I had newfound respect for Gul behind the wheel. Once I came back, I was like, wow. And so that's it. I think.
Wait. I have a question before that. She's very comfortable, obviously, talking to Milord.
Yeah, those are easier to please.
Tell me, what was the scariest moment for you?
Scariest? My scariest, right? So that was when you were making those donuts around me.
That was scary?
She made me stand in the middle and she was just driving around. And it looked so much simpler out there.
But you were actually scared? You thought I'll run you over?
Just in case, you know. So that was the scariest.
The scariest.
The scary. And the marathon was fun. We did.
Oh yeah, both Swati and I are runners, so you can tell us.
We ran the LA marathon. That was, again, we both thought actually, that we might just end up dying at the end of the marathon, but we survived it. And yeah, so.
What about the unplanned night that we spent in the middle of nowhere?
So this is, I think, post-midnight?
2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2 o'clock, we're driving, we're just following lights. There are no roads out there, there's wildlife, and we see a light very far away, and we're like, okay, let's just reach that point. No roads, nothing, you're driving in the middle of the night. Once we reached there, we realized it was a moving vehicle, and what we thought was our destination. And so of course there was, I think we had a booking, but for some reason
we couldn't find the camp.
The camp. And that night we ended up spending the night in the tent on top of the vehicle. So, and of course when we woke up at night, it looked like middle of nowhere, and that's what I was telling us. This is like mission suicide. This is not adventure. I thought adventure is go mountain climbing, do rafting, and of course we did all that as well.
Considering she's water phobic, so I pushed her to go rafting, and she'd never sat in the boat. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay.
So yes, I mean Swati's had some quite hair-raising experiences.
I think all of it. Those 14 days, I came back and I respected life all over again. It changed me. I came back as a changed person. I discovered a lot about myself, a lot about my traveler, of course, my co-traveler. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you, Mahindra. Thank you, Discovery. And thank you, Gul, for making me live those 14 days. I actually lived.
Thanks, Swati. Thank you. Well, that's it from me. So Swati shared a perspective which I had never seen before. I was not capable of seeing. And I don't think this trip would have been even 1/10 as fun, as exciting as it was if it wasn't for Swati. Thank you so very much, Swati, for being part of this. Like Swati, I think I'd have to thank Mahindra and Discovery for this wonderful collaboration that's given us this opportunity to go and explore parts, two women on a mission that very few people would ordinarily want to support. So thank you, Mahindra. Thank you, Discovery. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming. Thank you.
So, you know, the night that both of you spent in the middle of nowhere, when I saw the film, I was shocked beyond belief. I said, what have these two done? So I'm sure when all of you see the episodes on Discovery, you will understand why I was so scared. Okay, so open for any questions that anyone has.
I think you've got to just set aside things that mean something to you. In my case, adventure. I've always, for many years now, before and after marriage, I've set aside in my yearly calendar that this much time I'm going to take off and go cycling, biking, off-roading, go on an adventure trip. So that remains, and I'm I'm fortunate that I have a husband. He's here somewhere. He's walking out as I speak. Okay. He's been very supportive of whatever it is I do now. My stint in politics is not actually over yet, so I'm very much a member of the Aam Aadmi Party and still an active sort of working volunteer for the party. And I think a lot of people will ask you this question, have you changed? But the only people who are actually capable of answering that in all honesty are the people closest to you. Because in front of everybody else, you can pretend. But it's those that are closest to you that can judge you to see whether or not you've changed. So for me, I don't think life has really changed. But I think friends and family are probably better suited to answer that question. But as far as adventure goes, as far as road trips go, I think it's just a question of deciding कि मैंने ये करना है. मतलब साल में 2 हफ्ते, 1 हफ्ता, 10 दिन निकाल कर. Like how you take out time to maybe get a medical checkup or go on a holiday. So I take out that much time and say I must do this because, you know, when you're away on these trips in the middle of nowhere, it helps you reassess your life. Because when you're in Bombay or in Delhi or anywhere, you take a lot of, you attach a lot of importance to things that don't really matter in the bigger picture. So for me, this is like nirvana. I'm able to go out and it allows me to reassess my priorities in life. Am I chasing the right kind of things? If yes, great, I keep chasing them. If no, then I drop them like a hot potato. Very long answer. Yeah. Hi.
Acting is passion for you, and even this is like something like a hobby or a passion. What are the difference you found between these two?
I think the scary thing is I'm not acting here.
I know that, definitely.
So, which is, now you see, here's the other part. People like us who have been part of showbiz are so used to projecting a particular image. So when you're doing a film, you are projecting an image. When you're at a press conference like this, you're projecting an image of somebody who speaks really well, who's wearing a jacket, is wearing high heels. But who are you really as a person? What are you really? Who are you? Is something like this exposes in a way to speak. And when the idea first, when we all sat down together to create this enterprise, a part of me was really excited, but a part of me was very nervous because I didn't want to share 100% of me, because we had cameras rolling, GoPro cameras rolling the whole time. So the director is actually not here with us today, but I had no idea what was going to become the final cut. So it was just rolling and we were just talking and singing and sometimes fighting with truckwalas and other people who were saying things to us. So, you know, I had reservations that I have been used to projecting an image for so long. I don't know if I'm ready to shed it all and just be who I am. So, in fact, when I first saw the edit, I couldn't understand what I was saying. Because I normally, when I speak to people like you, I speak so, you know, it's structured, but when you speak to people who are very close to you, you speak like this, Swati, what's up? You know, you're different. And that's what this captures. I'm not sure if it's fun, but it's a completely different side of, I'm coming from a perspective of being an actor who's in a controlled environment at all times. So it is a bit unnerving and it's very, very, very different because you're not in a controlled environment.
Talking about the language actually, or maybe the dialogues actually, as you said, like you're very, when you are very close with a friend, definitely something happens. As you said, like you would be, with the truck drivers also you may be having fought, like, you know. So a little on the language, how was it control, and did you all keep some
Itna control to hai. I mean,
a little bit, you know.
So I think there'll be some beeping you'll hear. There's not some, there's quite a bit of beeping.
We're a family channel.
Yes, so Arun very clearly, sort of sets the bar at a. It's not even UA, it's you. So, of course, there's beeping because, like I said, it's reality of a kind where you're doing. It's not even what I would call a reality show. It's just capturing the lives of two women out there by themselves, experiencing. Seeing parts, for example, for someone like me who's lived in Ladakh, there was so much I still don't know. Discovering, meeting locals, learning about local culture, but you're seeing it through our eyes. So it's not a typical format. Hi, I'm Gul, and this is Swati, we're in Ladakh, and behind us is the mighty XYZ, those are great formats and they're very informative. But I think what we've tried to do here is show you a glimpse of what regular people are. They're not experts, but they're just adventurers. One is now, both of us are adventurers. One was an adventurer, one was an unwilling accomplice. And that's what's the differentiator. So you've got two people doing something, and through their eyes, you're experiencing A, B, living, and C, hopefully enjoying.